Now let's move forward to next question, that is question number 1. Let's see what it says. An automobile dealer wishes to put 4 repairmen to 4 different jobs. The repairmen have somewhat different kind of skills and they exhibit different level of efficiency from one job to another. And this is what normally happens with the workers. They work with different kind of skills and take different time in different jobs. The dealer has estimated the number of man hours that would be required for each job man condition. This is given matrix form in the following table. Find the optimal assignment that will result in minimum man hours needed. If you notice, 4 mans are there and 4 jobs are there. That means it is a balanced situation. So step number 1, balancing. Here it is already balanced. Step number 2, minimization or maximization. This is a question of minimization. Hence we can directly move to step number 3 where we have to do row operation. So let's do that. Row operation. There are 4 jobs and 4 workers. These are jobs and 1, 2, 3, 4 men are there. Now for them, the values are 5, 7, 6, 5, 3, 9, 4, 7, 2, 2, 5, 7, 8, 6, 7 and 8. Okay? Now to perform row operation, we have to take lowest value from each row. Here we have 2, then 2, then 4, then 5. Okay? Now let's draw this table again. And then we are going to follow column operation if needed. Okay? If needed, then only you are going to follow column operation. So let's check first. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. 8 minus 2 is 6. 7 minus 2 is 5. 9 minus 2 is 7. 2 minus 2 is 0. 6 minus 2, 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. 4 minus 4 is 0. 5 minus 4 is 1. 7 minus 4 is 3. 5 minus 5, 0. 7 minus 5, 2. 7 minus 5, 2. 8 minus 5, 3. Okay? Now in this, there is a requirement of column operation because here I don't have any 0. But other columns have 0. As here you don't have 0, you have to do column operation because reduced matrix will be made after this. Column operation. Find out the lowest value from each column. 0, 0, 0 and 3. Okay? Now. So, now the new table will be 3, 5, 2, 0, 1, 7, 0, 2, 0, 0, 1, 2. Now reduce this 3 from all the values. 6 minus 3 is 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. 3 minus 3 is 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. Here we have 2. Okay? Now after this we have to do row and column scanning. First we'll start with row scanning. So in this row we have 1 0. Mark it with square and cut the column. Next, no zeros are there. 2 0, 2 0. Skip. Now move to column scanning. In this column we have 1 0. Mark it and cut the row. As we were scanning column, we'll cut our row. Next, here also we have 1 0. Mark it and cut the row. Now if you notice, there are 4 rows and 4 columns, but the number of zeros with square are only 3. That means optimality not achieved. Write it down. Number of rows or columns is not equal to number of zeros with square. Hence optimality is not achieved. And if optimality is not achieved, what to do? Make an improved matrix. improved matrix. ठीक है? Now, in this improved matrix, what to do? From all the uncovered elements, find out the lowest value, which is 1. So 1 should be reduced from all other uncovered elements. 3 minus 1 is 2, 1 minus 1 is 0, 5 minus 1 is 4, 7 minus 1 is 6, 3 minus 1 is 2, 1 minus 1 is 0. Now after that, wherever you have this intersection of lines, which is happening at 2 places, you should add the particular value. So 1 is the value, 1 should be added in both this situation. So 1 plus 1 is 2 and 2 plus 1 is 3. All other elements will be written as it is, no changes in it. Now, this is our improved matrix. When you got your improved matrix, what to do? We have to do row and column scanning. Now, if you notice, in this row, we have 2 zeros, skip. Here also 2 zeros, skip. Here also 2 zeros, skip. Here also 2 zeros, skip. So all the rows are skipped now. Let's move to column scanning. Here we have 1 0, so we can mark it. And if we are doing column scanning, we have to cut the row. Now, here we have 2 zeros, skip. Here we have 2 zeros, skip. Here we have 2 zeros, skip. So all the columns are now skipped. Then also we are left with zeros. So again do row scanning. 2 0, 2 0, 2 0, skip. Again do column scanning. 2, 2, 2. Nothing is happening with the row scanning and column scanning. Now what to do? So let's see the concept book about these steps, that now what has to be done. All zeros should be covered with lines following row and column scanning. If not, follow row and column scanning again and again to cover all zeros. We tried again and again following this row and column scanning, but then also we are not able to cover the zeros. Now what to do? Note, when the assignment matrix has a lot of zeros, as in our case we have lot of zeros, and that is why we are not able to do row and column scanning, making row and column scanning impossible. You can select random zeros. You can select random zeros to assign job to workers. Just ensure each job is assigned to one worker and no worker is assigned more than one job. Okay? So, we can select random zeros, but we have to make sure that one worker should have one job and one job should have one worker only. Let's do that. So, random zeros should be collected. But before that, what I want you to is to mark what all things has already been done. So, 4th is already assigned to A. So, this is already done. And nothing else is done. All the 3 here and all the 3 here is left now. Here we can select randomly. So, let's start with the first one. For the first one, I am selecting this first 0 which is available with us. Okay? And if I select this, then to the first row and second column is done now. Because you assigned here. If you assigned here, that means it is completed. Now you can't do anything else now for these two. Next, for the second, I can select this one. Let's do that. If I do this, second and C is already done. Now we are left with D and 3. So D and 3 should be allotted to each other. Just make sure that you are allotting where the 0 is there. If 0 is not there, that means you can't do allotment. So here we had 0. So 3 is allotted to D. Now this is our first scenario of allotment. Okay? It can happen that rather than choosing this one, I might have chosen this one and then the answer would be completely different. And that is why here I can have multiple optimal solutions. This is our first optimal solution if you notice. 4 number of rows and columns are there and exact 4 assignment is already done. So this is our first optimal solution. Here, as we are randomly selecting, we can have multiple optimal solution. So I'm just make one thing very sure, that whenever you are doing row and column scanning, and with the help of row and column scanning itself, you got your optimal solution. That means you will not find any other optimal solution in this case. But after row and column scanning also, you were not able to find out the optimal solution. and there are a lot of number of zeros, and hence you did random selection. Whenever you do random selection, there can be more than one answers. As in this case, there will be one more alternative which I'll show you afterwards. But for now, let's calculate what is the answer here. So as we reached optimality, we are going to write that number of rows or columns is equal to number of zeros with square. Hence optimality is achieved. And as optimality is achieved, we can find the final answer. Man and jobs are there. Man and jobs. 1, 2, 3, 4 are the mans, and jobs are B to 1, C to 2, and D to 3, and A to 4. B, C, D, A is what we have to take. B, C, D, and A. 3, 2, 7, 5 is the answer. This is hours or cost? This is hours, है ना? So the minimum time is 3 plus 2 plus 7 plus 5, that is equal to 17 hours is your minimum time here. Okay? Now, first, if you have not done this part, do that, and then only we'll discuss the alternative solution of this question. Now after that, write it down, alternate solution. Whenever you selected randomly, in that situation it can happen that there is an alternate solution available to you. Okay? Now, for this let's make a table. Now for finding the alternate solution, you will do that after row and column scanning. Okay? So after row and column scanning, what I found out, see, the answer which is of row and column scanning will have this line. Okay? So this line and this square was already done from row and column scanning. This was our random selection. So I'll not do this. I'll only do this. Okay? The numbers will remain as it is, as they were in the previous table. So it is 2, 0, 0, 2, 4, 6, 0, 0. Next, 2, 0, 2, 0. Next, 0, 2, 3, 0. Now, this was the table, and with row scanning and column scanning, we found out that 1, 0 was done and this line was drawn. Okay? After that, this we randomly selected these 3 zeros. Now let's do other random selection. But before that, what is already done? 4 and A is already done. 4 is allotted to A. So both of them are already assigned. Now let's move forward to 1. For 1 we chose earlier this one. Now I am choosing this one. If I do this, then to 1 and C is booked. Now if you notice, for 2, I am left with only one option because this is to done. This was the 0 which is available, but this we have given to 1. And that is why this 0 can't be given to 2. Hence, this 0 should be allotted. And if I allot this 0, then 2 and D is done. After that, for this 3, we are only left with B. And here we have 0. And hence we can allot here also. And this becomes our alternate solution of the same question. And this alternate solution will also have the exact same answer. this 17 hours will be exactly same. It's just that the assignment has been changed now. ठीक है? So, as number of zeros with square is exactly equal to number of rows or column, hence we reached optimality. Number of rows or column is equal to number of zeros with square. Hence optimality is achieved. And if we achieved the optimality, we have to show the answer that how we allocated here. So we have men, jobs and the time. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are the men's and jobs are A, B, C, D. For 1 we assigned C, for 2 we assigned D, for 3 we assigned B, for 4 we assigned A. Okay? The time here is C, D, B, A. C, D, B, A. Okay? So 2, 6, 4, 5. 2, 6, 4, 5. If I add all of these, I'm going to get the exact same answer, that is 17 hours. And this is our minimum time. Okay? Even if you have found this alternate solution where assignment is different. If you notice, in the previous one we had assigned 1 to B, but now we are assigning 1 to C. Here we assign 2 to C, but here we are assigning 2 to D and 3 to B. Here we had 3 to D. It's just that your 4 to A was exactly same in both the situations. And why it was same? Because it was determined with the help of row scanning itself. So that will remain as it is. Other things change because here we had random selection. And then also we are getting the exact same answer, that is 17 hours. And that is why it is known as an alternate optimal solution, where you are getting the minimum time only, but your assignment is different as compared to the previous answer. Now, can it happen that I can have more alternative solution rather than just one alternative? Answer is yes. You can have 3, 4 alternative solutions of the same question. So in this question, am I having more than one alternative solution? So let's see that. How to find this out? So for 1, I already allotted this one earlier. And when I allotted this is done. And hence, if you notice, for second, I chose this. Now, if I chose this for second, then for third, there will be nothing left. Because third has one option choosing this and one option choosing this. But both the options are already chosen by first and second. Hence, third will not be able to choose anything. Hence, for second, I can't choose this if I have chosen this for 1. Okay? I have to choose this only for second. And then for third, we have to choose this only. Okay? So, this is the alternative 1. For the second alternative, for 1, we chose this. For second, as we already chose this for 1, for second, we are only left with this option because this is already booked. Hence, this will be chosen. And if I do this, for third, we are left with only one option, that is this, and we chose this. Now, if I take any other 0, if I take this 0 for 3, then I have to take this 0 for 2 and this 0 for 1. And this alternative we have already seen. And if I take this 0 for A for 1, then I have to take this 0 for second and this 0 for third. And that is what we have already done. There is no other alternative which is left with us. We are only having 2 alternative solutions in this question. Okay? You have to evaluate the question. That if I choose any other 0, then is there any other pattern which is happening? If happening, that means you can have other alternatives also. If not happening, then this is the at most alternative which you can have. Okay? Chalo. So this was the question where we understood about alternate or multiple solutions. Now let me tell you one thing. You can find multiple solutions, but remember, for practice you do in your class, But remember that when you are doing an exam, when the question is specifically mentioning to find out multiple solutions, then only find it out. Otherwise, no need of wasting time. You have to find only one solution. If question is specifically mentioning for multiple optimal solutions, then only you will find multiple options. Okay? Chalo. Now let's move forward to the next part, that is minimum plus unbalanced. Till now, what all questions we were saying was of minimization, but the thing is all the questions were balanced. Now, the question will be unbalanced. So let's see what the question is saying. We have 5 different jobs and 6 different operators. That means the number of jobs are lower, and if number of jobs, that means columns are lower, you have to add one new column as a dummy column. And that dummy column will have all the values as 0. And then you have to solve this as it is as you solve your normal questions. Okay? Because it is a minimization question and you have already solved it. So this is going to be your homework. Ma'am, we have not solved any question of unbalanced situation and we don't know how to solve this. Then also it is going to be your homework. You have to solve this by yourself, because the next question is what we are going to solve. And that is also related to unbalanced situation. And this is important. Let's understand what it says. Average time taken by an operator on a specific machine is tabulated below. The management is considering to replace one of the old machine by a new one, and the estimated time, hours, for operation by each operator on the new machine is also indicated. So what is happening here? We are thinking about replacing old machine with the new one. So if you notice, here the machines are mentioned as M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, M6, and there is one new machine. So out of all these machines, we are thinking of replacing one machine with this new one, and the estimated time hours is given for all the machines with the new machine also. Okay, what will be the time of the operator in this new machine? Okay? Now, find out an allocation of operator to the old machines to achieve a minimum operation time. The question is now focusing only on the old machine and not on new machine. The question is saying, find out allocation of operator to the old machine. And if you notice, here we have 6 operators. And if I take only 6 machines which are old machine, then the machines are also 6. Operators are 6, machines are 6. That means it is a balanced scenario. So the first part of the question wants us to solve a balanced situation, and it is a question of minimization. You already know how to do that. A balanced situation with minimization. So try it yourself. I am also doing it here, but you can just pause the video as of now and try this question by yourself. Okay? So as it is a question of minimization and it is balanced, we can directly start with row operation. There are 6 machines and 6 operators. Operator 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And then machines. M1, M2, M3, M4, M5 and M6. Chalo. Now, we can write the numbers as it is. 2, 4, 6, 8, 7, 5. 2, 4, 6, 8, 7, 5. Then 3, 4, 10, 7, 3, 5. 3, 4, 10, 7, 3, 5. 2, 6, 8, 6, 4, 6. 2, 6, 8, 6, 4, 6. 1, 3, 4, 5, 5, 7. 1, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 7. 4, 2, 7, 3, 4, 8. 4, 2, 7, 3, 4, 8. And last is 5, 5, 6, 9, 3, 1. 5, 5, 6, 9, 3, 1. Let me just open the question inside and check this question, because it can happen that we might have written something different, and it's important that the question should be correct. 2 4 6 8 7 5, 3 4 10 7 3 5, 2 6 8 6 4 6, 1 3 4 5 5 7, 4 2 7 3 4 8, and your 5 5 6 9 3 1. Okay. Now after this, find out the minimum value from all the rows. Here we have 1, next we have 2, next we have 4, then it is 3, then we have 3, and then we have 1. Okay. Reduce this from all the values of the rows. So 2 minus 1 is 1, 3 minus 1 is 2, 2 minus 1, 1, 1 minus 1, 0, 4 minus 1, 3, 5 minus 1, 4. Next, 4 minus 2, 2, 4 minus 2, 2, 6 minus 2, 4, 3 minus 2, 1, 2 minus 2, 0, 5 minus 2, 3. 6 minus 4 is 2, 10 minus 4 is 6, 8 minus 2, 4, 4 minus 4, 0, 7 minus 4, 3, 6 minus 4, 2. 8 minus 3, 5, 7 minus 3, 4, 6 minus 3, 3, 5 minus 3 is 2, 3 minus 3, 0, 9 minus 3, 6, 7 minus 3, 4, 3 minus 3, 0, 4 minus 3, 1, 5 minus 3, 2, 4 minus 3, 1, 3 minus 3, 0. Next, 5 minus 1, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 0. Okay? This is our table after row operation. I need column operation because here the minimum value is not 0. So column operation will be required. One is the minimum value. Here we have 0. Here 1, 0, 0, 0. So let's make our new table. 1 minus 1 is 0, 2 minus 1, 1, 1, 5 minus 1, 4, 4 minus 1, 3, 4 minus 1, 3. Then we have 0. So every value will remain as it is, 2, 2, 6, 4, 0, 4. Next, 0, 3, 3, 2, 0, 4. Now, 0, 1, 0, 2, 2, 6, 3, 0, 3, 0, 1, 7, and last 4, 3, 2, 6, 0, 0. Okay? Now, after this, we can do our row and column scanning. Row and column scanning. Now, here we have 3, 0. Skip this row. Move to the next one. Here we have 1, 0. Mark it. And as we are doing row scanning, we'll cut the column. Next, here we have 1, 0. Mark it. Cut the column. Next, we are not left with any 0 here. Here we have 3, 0. Skip. Here we have 1, 0. Mark it and cut the column. Now, after this, we are done with the row scanning, but now also we are left with zeros, and hence we have to do column scanning. 1, 0 is there. Mark and cut the row. Next, 1, 0 is there. Mark and cut the row. Now, if you notice, all the zeros are covered, but we have not achieved the optimality. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros which are covered, but 6 rows and columns, and hence optimality is not achieved. If optimality is not achieved, what to do? Improved matrix is to be made here. So in the improved matrix, what we are going to do? Out of all the uncovered elements which we have, find out the lowest one, which is 1, and reduce it from all the uncovered elements. So in the second row, we have 1 minus 0, 1 minus 1, 0, then 2 minus 1, 1, 3 minus 1, 2, 3 minus 1, 2, 2 minus 1, 1, 4 minus 1 3, 4 minus 1 3, 1 minus 1 0, 6 minus 1 5. ठीक है, and the last row is also there. 3 minus 1 2, 4 minus 1 3, 4 minus 1 3. Done. All the uncovered elements are done. Now the points where intersection is happening of the lines. So it's happening in this 6 places. Here all you have to add 1. So 0 3 4 will become 1 4 5 in the first row. 1 4 5. Then in the fifth row 2 1 0 will become 3 2 1. Fifth row 3 2 1. ठीक है, and other things will remain as it is. 0 2 0, 1 0 3, 0 3 2, 2 0 6, 6 7 0, 3 0 0, and this is our improved matrix. Now after making improved matrix, what to do? Row and column scanning again. Now as we have 2 zeros, skip this row. Here also we have 2 zeros, skip this row. Here also we have 2 zeros, skip. Next we have 1 0, mark it and cut the column. Now after this is done. Here we are having 2 zeros, skip. Here we have 1 0, mark and cut the column. Now after this we are left with zeros, hence we have to go to column scanning. 3 zeros, skip. 1 0, mark and cut the row. Next 1 0, mark and cut the row. Next 1 0, mark and cut the row. Now also we are left with 1 0, hence we have to move to row scanning now because column scanning is done. Now in row scanning we have this 1 0, we will mark this and cut the column. All the zeros are covered. Yes. Do you reach optimality? Yes. 1 2 3 4 5 6 zeros are covered and 6 rows and columns are there. So we reached optimality now. We can write it here that number of rows or column is equal to number of zeros with square, hence optimality is achieved. And if optimality is achieved, what to do? Find out the answer. So we have operators and they are 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 operators are there, and we have machines which are, for one we allotted M3, for second we allotted M1, third M4, fourth we allotted M5, then we allotted M2 and then we allotted M6. Okay? This is our allotment. Now let's write the values of these allotment. 3 1 4 5 2 6. 3 1 4 5 2 6 now. So this is our 3, then 1, then 4, then 5, then 2, then 6. So 2 4 4 3 3 1. 2 4 4 3 3 1. And this is hours, I think. Operation time is given in hours. Operation time in hours. Will I find here multiple optimal solutions? Answer is no. When with the help of row and column scanning itself you found out the answer, there is no multiple optimal solution. That will happen only in the case of random selections. Okay? 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1, that is equal to 17 hours is our minimum operation time. Done. Now, if you have not written any part of this, you can write it now. This was the first part of the question, है ना? Now, let's see what the second part of the question is saying. B. Reset the problem with the new machine and find out the allocation of the operator to each machine and comment on whether it is advantageous to replace an old machine to achieve a reduction in operating time only. Now, the thing is, the question is saying to take this new machine now, but they are not mentioning that in place of what particular machine I have to take this new machine. So what we have to do is, we have to take all these machines, all the 7 machines, the old 6 machines and this new machine. And the operators will be 6 here. And if that is the case, I have to add dummy. And if I add dummy, then also I'll do the normal steps. And after normal steps, there will be allocation. Hana? And these allocation will tell us whether to have this new machine or not. And if we are having this new machine, then what is the machine which is going to be left now? Okay? So to understand this, let's draw the table. And the table will now include 7 columns and 7 rows. Okay? D part. Even if the question provides us only 6 operators, we have to add 1 dummy operator so that the our metrics become balanced. Now, here we have M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, M6 and this is new. Okay? And this 7th is your dummy. So write it as dummy. If you notice, this question was unbalanced. So first thing is balancing it. So for balancing it, we added this dummy row. And this dummy row will have the values as 0. And other values I can take from the table. So what I'm doing is I'm opening the question on side so that we can write it directly here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 7, 5. Next 3, 4, 10, 7, 3, 5. 2, 6, 8, 6, 4, 6. 1, 3, 4. 5, 5, 7. Next 4, 2, 7, 3, 4, 8. 5, 5, 6, 9, 3, 1. And the last one is 6, 1, 1, 4, 12, 6. Okay. The question is bigger and that is why it becomes important for us to check. Whatever you are copying from the question should be exactly same. Okay? This matches with the question and now we can start. So first we are going to do row operation. Row operation. After balancing, as it is a question of minimization, I can start with row operation directly. Okay? So find out the minimum value from each row. In the first row we have 1. Second we have 1, here also 1, then 3, then 3, then 1, then 0. Now let's draw a new table. So 2 minus 1 is 1, next 3 minus 1 is 2, 1, 0, 3, 4 and 5. Next 3, 3, 5, 2, 0, 4, 0. Next 5, 9, 7, 3, 6, 5, 0. Next 8 minus 3 is 5, 7 minus 3 is 4, 6 minus 3 is 3, 5 minus 3 is 2, then 3 minus 3 is 0, 9 minus 3 is 6, 4 minus 3 1. 4, 0, 1, 2, 1, 0, 9. 12 minus 3 is 9. Next 5 minus 1, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, 5 and the last is 0, so everything will remain 0. Now tell me, is there any need of doing column operation here? Because every column to has 0 and if every column already has 0, so there is no need of column operation. We can directly move to row and column scanning. Row and column scanning. So in the first row we have 1 0, mark it with square and cut the column. In the second row we have 2 0, skip, 1 0, mark, cut the column. Next, here we have 1 0, mark, cut the column. Next we have 2 zeros, leave it, we have 1 0, mark and cut the column. After that though, in the last row we have a lot of zeros, hence row scanning can't be done. Now let's move to column scanning. We have 1 0, mark it and cut the row. Then we have 1 0, mark it and cut the row. Done. Even after doing or cutting all the rows, we are not achieving the optimal solution. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros are squared and we have 7 operators and 7 machines. Hence, we have to improve the matrix. Let's do that. So I don't think that I'll be able to cover my matrix here. So let's do this in the next page. This is our improved matrix. Now, so for improving the matrix, check your uncovered elements. Out of all these uncovered elements, whatever is your least uncovered element, reduce it from all the elements. So 1 is the least uncovered element. Let's reduce it from all in uncovered elements. So 0, 1, 0. Next 3, 3, 5 will become 2, 2, 4. Next 5, 9, 7 will be 4, 8, 6. Next 5, 4, 3 will be 4, 3, 2. Next in the sixth row 4, 4, 5 will be 3, 3, 4. Now, after this, there is a plus sign in all these situations, in the intersection points. In all these intersection points, add 1. So 2, 1, 0, 9. 2, 1, 0, 9 will become 3, 2, 1, 10. In the fifth row, 3, 2, 1, 10. And 0, 0, 0 will become 1, 1, 1, 1 in the last row. Okay? Every other value will remain as it is. 0, 3, 4, 5. Next 2, 0, 4, 0. Next 3, 6, 5, 0. Next 2, 0, 6, 1. 4, 0, 1. 0 0 0 and then 2 1 no 6 7 0 5. ठीक है. Now we can move forward, and in this improved matrix, what to do? Row and column scanning. Let's do that and find out whether we are finding our optimal solution or not. So here we have 3 zeros, skip, 2 0, skip, 1 0, mark and cut the column. Next, 1 0, mark and cut the column. Next, 1 0, mark and cut the column. Next, 1 0, mark and cut the column. Then here we have 2 0, skip. Here we have 2 0, skip, 2 0, skip, 1 0, mark and cut the row. Now after this also we are left with zeros, hence I'll move to row scanning. In this row we have 2 0, skip. Then I have to go to column scanning. In the column scanning I find out this 0 and there is 1 0 only, and hence I'll cut the row. Okay? And if you notice, here also we are not achieving the optimal solution. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 is the solution, but we want 7 zeros with square. Hence we have to again make the improved matrix. Till the time you are not getting your optimal solution, you have to improve your matrix again and again. Okay? Now again you need to follow the same steps. From the uncovered elements, find out the lowest one, which is 1. Now reduce it from all the uncovered elements. So this 2 4 4 4 3 will become 1 3 3 3 2 from the second row. 1 3 3 3 2. Now after this 4 6 2 1 4 will become 3 5 1 0 3. Okay? Now after this 2 3 2 3 6 will become 1 2 1 2 5. 1 2 1 2 5. Done. Now wherever there is an intersection, you need to add 1. So this 1 will become 2. 3 4 5 will become 4 5 6. 2 4 5 6. Next. Here also we have intersection. So this 1 1 1 will become 2 2 2. And this 0 will become 1. Now after that all the other things will remain as it is. No changes in that. 0 0 0 0 0 0. Next. 2 8 3 0 3. 2 8 3 0 3. Here we have 0. Next 0 1. Next 0 4 0 6 5 0 0 6 1. 0 4 0 6 5 0 0 6 1. 2 1 10 7 0 5. 2 1 10 7 0 5. Okay? Now this is our improved matrix, and again we have to do row and column scanning. Now let's say to God, pray to God now that please God, make this an optimal solution. Think about it. It is a complicated question. Row and column scanning, a very lengthy question. Now, so here we have 3 zeros, skip. Here we have 2 zeros, skip. Here we have 1 0. Mark and cut the column. Next, again we have 1 0. Mark and cut the column. Next we have 2 zeros, skip. 1 0. Mark and cut the column. Now, here we have 2 zeros, skip. Here we have 2 zeros, skip. 1 0, mark and cut the row. Next, here we have 2 0, skip. 1 0, mark and cut the row. Even after doing this column scanning, we are left with 2 zeros. So now again we have to do row scanning. So in row scanning, you will skip this row. Then again go to column scanning. We have 1 0, mark and cut the row. Now if you notice, again we have not achieved the optimality. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 zeros are marked. We have to mark 7 0. Again we have to make the improved matrix. Chalo. Nothing has happened. We prayed to God, then also God has said that you have to make the matrix again. So let's make it up. I think this is going to be the last improvement. Let's see. So, from all these, the least value is 1. Reduce it from all the uncovered elements. 0, 1, 3, 0, 0, 1, 2, 0. In the second row. 0, 1, 2, 0. Then 3 minus 1 is 2, 7, 4, 1. 2, 7, 4, 1. Next, 3, 3, 1, 1 will become 2, 2, 0, 0. 2, 2, 0, 0. Next, 2, 3, 3, 5 will become 1, 2, 2, 4. 1, 2, 2, 4. Okay? Done. Now wherever intersection is happening, you have to add this 1. So 4, 5, 6 will become 5, 6, 7 now. Next, 2, 1, 10 will become 3, 2, 11. 3, 2, 11. Next, 2, 2, 2 will become 3, 3, 3 now. And other things will remain as it is. So, 0, 2, 0, 0. 0, 2, 0, 0. Next, 0, 4, 0, 6, 5, 0, 0, 6, 1. Next, 7, 0, 5. And then we have 3, 0, 0, 2. Then we have 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay? Now, let's check. Here we have 3 zeros, skip. 4 zeros, skip. 1 0, mark. And cut the column. Next, 3 zeros, skip. 2 zeros, skip. 1. Mark and cut the column. Next, 2 zeros, skip. 3 0, skip. 1 0. Mark and cut the row. As we are doing column scanning, we have to cut the row. Then we have 3 0, skip. 3 0, skip. 2 0, skip. Now, let's see. Now, if I do row scanning, 3 0, skip. 3 0, skip. 3 0, skip. 2 0, skip. If I do column scanning, 3, 2, 3. So with the help of row and column scanning, I'm not getting the correct value. Means I'm not getting the answer. I'm not able to mark any zeros now. If that is the case, then what to do? Random selection will be applied. Okay? So chalo. Randomly we have to select zeros. So for 1 and M1, I'm selecting this 0. And if I do this, this will be marked. And what all are the things which are already marked? This 5th is already marked. 2nd is already marked. Next, 6th and 6th is marked. Next, 3rd and new is marked. Now we are left with 3 more machines and 3 more operators to be allotted. So after this, I can allot the second one here. And if I do this, M4 and 2nd is already allotted now. After this, for the 4th one, I can allot him here. But if I do this, think about it. If I allot the 4th one here, then for the 7th one, I'm left with only 7 and M5. but here there is no 0. Hence, I can't allot 4 here. I have to go for this option. And if I do this, 4 and M5 is done. Now for 7th, I can allot the third one. So 7th and 3rd are booked and these are done. And this is our final allotment. After final allotment, also check whether optimality is achieved or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hence optimality is achieved and this is our final answer. Here, can we have alternatives? Yes, we are going to have alternatives, and I think here I can have total 3 alternatives. So we will see all those scenarios, but before that, let's write the final answer. Or else what I think is, as there are alternative scenarios now, let's draw all the alternative scenarios together and then we'll compare all of them. Okay. Alternative 1. Let's name it 1. Now I'm drawing alternative solution 2. In this question, the question is not asking us about the alternative solution. But as we are practicing, let's practice it. Why to leave it? I have to draw the same table again. So what I am doing is I'm taking it directly from here. It's just that you need to keep everything which was done through your row and column scanning. Other things you need to do it again. Okay? So from row and column scanning, we have drawn this line. So everything which is there in this lines will remain as it is. Other allocations or assignment will change. Okay? This is what you have to draw. Draw it once and then we'll discuss about it. Now, let's mark all those situations where allocation is already done. So for 3 and new, we have done the allocation. Then for 5 and M2, we have done the allocation. Next, for 6 and M6, allocation is already done. Done. These are the things which are already done. And now we are left with 4 situations to allocate. In the first alternative, what I did, I allocated the first operator to first machine. Now I am allocating the first operator to the third machine. Okay? If I do this, 1 and 3rd is booked. Now, the second operator can be allocated to M1 machine. Let's allocate it. But the thing is, if I allocate this second operator here, think about it. For the 7th one, I have only these 2 options. This one is already allocated. And this one, if I give to second, then what will I allocate to 7th one? Because it has only this option. So for second, you can't allocate this one. So what to do? Go for the next one, and that is this. Let's allocate it. Now, if I do this, my second and M4 is booked. Now, the 4th one. For the 4th one, we have 3 options. But out of these 3 options, 2 is already booked. So we are left with only this option. And if I mark this and this is done. Now for 7th, the only option left is M1. So mark it. Now this becomes your second alternative of the same question. Now, let's draw the third alternative now. In the third alternative also, I am going to take the same table and name it as alternative 3. Allocations from row and column scanning will remain as it is. Others you will remove. Okay? Now, after this, in the first alternative I selected this. In the second I selected this. In the third I am selecting this one. And if I select this, then to my first and M4 is done. Already done ones are 5 and M2. Next, 6 and M6. Next, 3 and new. Okay? After this, Now for the second one, I'm left with this and this. But think about it, if I select this one for second, then to for dummy I'll be left with no option. No, I'll be left with option. This one is the option available, है ना? So I can take the second one for the second operator. I can take this one, है ना? M1 for second operator. Now if I do this, M1 and second is booked. Now for the fourth one, if I take this, then to no option will be left for dummy, and hence go for this option, the last one. Now this and this is booked, and we are left with 7 and M3. Done. This is how you have to do the allocations. And this is our third alternative which we made. So 3 alternatives are there of the solution which we made here. Now let's try to find the answer of all of them. And let me tell you, the answer of all the 3 will remain exactly same. Okay? But allocations are different, and hence we'll show those allocations here. Operator, machine and the time. For the first alternative, then the same thing for second alternative, operator, machine and time. And then we'll show the same thing for the third alternative. So operators are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and remember that the 7th one is dummy, and that is why I'm writing it as G. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th dummy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th, which is dummy. Okay? Now machine time, I'm starting with the third alternative first. For M1, M4, for first operator M4, then M1, then new. M4, M1, new. Next, M5, M2, M6 and M3. Whatever is allocated to dummy, that is the machine which is going out and the new machine is coming in. Okay? Now, for the second alternative, we have M3, M4 new, M5, M2. M3, M4 new, M5, M2. Next, M5, M2, then M6 and M1. M6 and M1. In this option, if you are choosing this option, then to remove M3. In this option, remove M1. Okay? Now, the last alternative is M1, M4 new, M5, M2. Next, M6, M1. M6, M3. Okay? Done. In this alternative also we are removing M3. Okay? So out of M1 and M3, any of the machine can be removed. Let's calculate the time here. So I'm opening the question on the side so that I can write it directly. For 1 M1 it is 2. For 2 M4 it is 3. Then 3 new is 1. 4 M5 is 3. 5 M2 is 3. 6 M6. 6 M6 is 1. Then 7 is the dummy, and for dummy to we have 0. All the values are 0. Now 1 M3 is 2. 2 M4 is 3. 3 new is 1. 4 M5 is 3. 5 M2 is 3. And 6 M6 is 1. And this is 0. I have taken all the values except this one. I have taken all the values directly from here because there are same allocations which are done here. Okay? Next. 1 M4 is 1. 2 M1 is 4. 3 new is 1. 4 M5 is 3. 5 M2 is 3. Then 6 M6 is 1. and last, so it will be 0 always. Now let's take the total of it. 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1, that is equal to 13 hours. Next, 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1, again 13 hours. Next, 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1, this is also equal to 13 hours because there are alternatives. They are going to have the exact same time. Okay? Now, after doing this, let's see what the question is asking us. In the second part of the question was saying, reset the problem with the new machine which we have done, find out the allocation, and comment whether it is advantageous to replace an old machine to achieve a reduction in operation time. See, when we solved the first answer with the old machines, we were having 17 hours. But with the help of new machine, we are able to complete the work in 13 hours itself. So 4 hours is the reduction in time, and hence if you want to reduce time, it is advantageous for us to have that new machine. Okay? So this is the answer for B part. And then how will the operators be allocated to the machine after replacement? This though we have already shown. This is the allocation after replacement. This part. Okay? Now, for B part, we have to write whether it is advantageous or not. It is advantageous for the company to go for new machine in place of either machine M1 or M3. Okay? It is advantageous for the company to go for new machine in place of either M1 or M3 as it leads to reduction in time by 4 hours. Now, why M1 or M3? Any of these machine can happen because we have both the alternatives. If you remove M3, then also we can have this 13 hours. If you remove M1, then also we can have this 13 hours. So you can remove M1 or M3, either of the one. Okay. Done. Now, if you have not written the second part, any part is left of this B part of the question, you can write it now. I'll suggest you to mark this question as important. Till now, we have not marked any question as important. This is important because with the help of this question itself, you can recall, whenever you are revising, you can recall your multiple optimal solutions, improvement in metrics, and unbalanced situation. All of these are completely covered in this question itself. Okay? So I'll suggest you to mark this as important. It will help you to revise all the topics which we have understood till now. All the things which we understood till now is covered in this question. Okay? Done. Now let's move forward. And before moving forward, mark this question as important and write in your question bank that this question can help you recall multiple optimal solution, improvement in metrics, plus unbalanced scenario. All of it can be recalled with the help of this question itself. Okay? Now, let's move forward to the next question. That is your question number 21. See what it says. A city corporation has decided to carry out road repairs on 4 main arteries of the city. The government has agreed to make a special grant of 50 lakhs. So 50 lakh is the grant which you are getting for doing this road repairs towards the cost, with the condition that repairs must be done at the lowest cost and quickest time. And that is what we can do with the help of assignment. With lowest cost and quickest time can be achieved. If conditions warrant, then a supplementary token grant will also be considered favorably. So if you are calculating everything with the lowest cost and quickest time, then also you need extra grant that will be provided to you. Okay, that can be considered. The corporation has floated tender and 5 contractors participated in bidding. In order to expedite work, one road will be awarded to one contractor, and that is what we do in our assignment questions. The following matrix of cost of repairs is prepared by the corporation on the basis of bids submitted by the participants. So we have 4 different roads. We have 5 different contractors. That means it is an unbalanced situation and we have to minimize the cost. Find the best way of assigning repair work to the contractor at the total cost so that cost can be minimized. If it is necessary to seek supplementary grant, if it is required, then should be the amount which we should ask for the grant, supplementary grant, and which of the 5 contractor will be unsuccessful in his bid. Let's see this question. This is not a complicated question. This is just a minimization question with unbalanced scenario. Hana? So you have already done it. If you want, you can try it yourself, or else I am also doing here. You can refer it from here. So we have 4 roads, but we have to take one unbalanced. As it is an unbalanced situation, we have to take one dummy, to make it balanced. Now, A, B, C, D, and E. And 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is road 1, road 2, road 3, road 4 and road 5. Road 5 is not there. We are making a dummy so that the number of rows and number of columns can be equal. Now 9, 7, 9, 10, 10, 14, 17, 18, 12, 15, 19, 20, 21, 18 and 21. Then 15, 19, 18, 19, 16 and last will be 0. Now, after this, first we have to perform row operation. But the thing is, as every row has 0, so we will not perform the row operation. We'll directly move to column operation, because row operation will give you the same table only. Because if every row already has 0, then so you will get 0 only, and hence you will get the same table. And that is why there is no need for doing row operation. Directly we can move to column operation. 7, 12, 18, 15 and 0. So our new table has 9 minus 7, 2, 7 minus 7, 0, 9 minus 7, 2, 10 minus 7 is 3, then again 10 minus 7 is 3. Okay? Next, 14 minus 12 is 2, 17 minus 12 is 5, 18 minus 12 is 6, 12 minus 12 0, 15 minus 12 3, 19 minus 18 is 1, 20 minus 18 is 2, 21 minus 18 is 3, 18 minus 18 0, 18 minus 21 is 3, 15 minus 15 0, 19 minus 15 14, 4, 18 minus 15 3, 4 and 1. Next, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. We'll do row and column scanning here. So, this row has 2 0 skip, 2 0 skip, 1 0, mark and cut the column. Next, 2 0 skip, no zeros, skip, 1 0, mark, and as we are doing column scanning, cut the row. 1 0, mark and cut the row. Next, 1 0, mark and cut the row. Done. But we have not achieved optimality, hence we have to make an improved matrix. As all the zeros are covered, but optimality is not achieved because 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros only have square, but we have 5 rows and 5 columns. Hence, we need to draw the table again. And this is an improved matrix. How to make this? From all the uncovered elements, reduce the lowest value, which is 1. So, 2 minus 1 is 1. Next, 6 minus 1 is 5. 2, 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. And 1 minus 1 is 0. Then wherever you have this plus, in all these places you need to add 1. So this will be 1, 1 and 1. And other things will remain as it is. 2, 2, 1, 0, 0, 5, 2, 4, 3, 0, 0, 4. And here also we have 0, here also we have 0. Now after getting this improved matrix, find out the zeros which are there. So in the first row we have 1 0, so we marked it and cut the column. Then here also we have 1 0, mark and cut the column. Next, here also we have 1 0, mark and cut the column. Next, we have 2 zeros, so we'll skip this row. Now move forward in the column. Here we have 1 0, mark the square and cut the row. Now also we didn't achieve the result. Hence we have to do the improvement again. Improved matrix. Now, so out of all the available uncovered values, 1 is the lowest. So 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 5 minus 1 is 4. 2 minus 1 is 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. 2 minus 1 is 1. Here also 1. Then all the places where intersection is happening, add 1. So 3 plus 1 4. 4 plus 1 5. 1 plus 1 2. 4, 5 and 2. 2 0 1 2. 0 0 0 4 2. 1 1 0 0 0. Done. After doing this, this is our improved matrix. Check again for row and column scanning. Skip this row, move to the next one. Here we have 1 0, mark it and cut the column. Here also we have 1 0, mark it and cut the column. Next, here we have 2 zeros, skip. Here we have 1 0, mark and cut the column. Now, after this, next is column scanning. Here we have 1 0, mark and cut the column. Row. Next, here we have 1 0. As we are doing column scanning, we have to cut the row. Done. Now after this, all the zeros are crossed and we have achieved our optimality. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 allocations are there and 5 rows and columns are available. So write it down. We have contractors and roads. Contractors, roads, cost of repair in lakhs. So contractors are A, B, C, D, E. Roads are A is allotted to R3, B is allotted to R1, C is allotted to R5. That means dummy. That means there is no allotment to C contractor. Next, D is allotted to R2 and E is allotted to R4. What is the cost of repair here? For this though, we will have 0 cost because it is a dummy. Next, R3, R1, R2, R4. R3, R1, R2 for D and R4 here. So 19, 7, 12, 16. 19, 7, 12, 16. Take the total of it. 19, 7, 12, 16 is equal to 54 lakhs is your minimum cost. Okay? Now, after this, let's see what the question was asking us. Find the best way of assigning the repair work to the contractor and the total cost. That too we found out. If it is necessary to seek supplementary grant, then what should be the amount sought? So if you notice, we are getting 50 lakh rupees as the grant, but we need 54 lakhs minimum. So what is the supplementary grant we will ask for? This is your first answer. Now the second part. The supplementary grant we will ask for is rupees 4 lakhs. How we got this? So 54 lakh is the minimum requirement, out of which 50 lakh is already given to us. That means 4 lakh is the required amount. Now after this, which of the 5 contractors will be unsuccessful in his bid? So the one whom we allotted dummy is the contractor which is going to be unsuccessful. That is C. Contractor C is going to be unsuccessful in his bid. Okay? Done. With this, we completed this question. If you have not written any part, you can write it now. This was question number 21. Till now, we have understood your balancing scenario, your minimization scenario, how to do row operation, column operation, row scanning, column scanning, improvement in metrics, multiple optimal solutions. This is what we have achieved till now. And how to make this improved metrics also. Now, let's move forward, and this question number 23 is exactly same as that of your previous question. Hence, it is going to be your homework. Now, let's see the next question which was asked in your exams. Your December 25 exam, this question was asked. It is an important question. Mark it as important. Let's see what it says. A state municipal corporation has decided to carry out road repairs on 4 main roads in the city, and you have been asked to advise them the least cost allocation. So, we have to find out the least cost allocation. That means here also the question is of minimization. It is learnt that the state government has agreed to make a special grant of 114 lakhs towards the cost, with the condition that the repair should be carried out at least at the lowest cost. So we are getting a grant of 114 lakhs for this repairs, but we have to make sure that the repair should be at lowest cost. 5 contractors have sent their bids. Only 1 road will be awarded to 1 contractor. The bids are given below. So cost of repairs is given for 4 roads and there are 5 contractors. So this is somewhat similar question as of above. But then the question says you are also informed that the contractor C1 should get R1. So C1 is going to get R1 and C5 should get R2. C5 should get R2 to minimize cost. So the question has already allocated the 2 things. For C1, R1 is allocated. For C5, R2 is allocated. And if their allocation is already made, so for your final answer, you will not allocate C1, C5, R1, R2. So how to find out the answer? In this case, I'll make a new table. Okay? So this will be C2, C3, C4. And here we have R3 and R4. I removed C1 and C5 and I removed R1 and R2. But the thing is, then also there is unbalanced scenario and hence you have to add 1 dummy, that is R5. Okay? Now, let's write the values. For C2, see R1 and R2 we don't have to take it. And similarly C1 and C5 has not to be taken. The remaining is what we are going to take. C2 R3 is 40, then 42, then 36, then 39, then 38 and then 36. After that for dummy we are going to take 0 only. Done. Now you have to do your normal calculation. This is the table which you have to make, because if you notice their allocation is already done, and if the allocation is already done, then that is of no use to us. Our useful information is only this much part, and hence we are going to solve this only. Okay? So Here I need not do row operation, because after row operation also I am going to get the same table. Hence I will start with column operation directly. Here we have 36, then 36 and 0. Okay? So let's make the table again. Now in this table, we'll do our row and column scanning. But before that, let's write the correct values, which is 4. Here we have 6 and then 0. 3, 2, 0, 0, 0. Okay? Now after this, we can do row and column scanning. In the first row, I am getting 1, 0. So mark it and cut the column. Then here we don't have any 0. Here we have 2 0, skip. Now if I do column scanning, then I have 1 0, mark it and cut the row. Okay? Now let's make the table again. As we didn't reach the optimality, we have to make the table again. And out of these 4, what is the minimum value? 2. So 2 should be reduced with every other value. 4 minus 2 is 2, 3 minus 2 is 1, 6 minus 2 is 4, 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay? 0, 0, 0, 0. Where intersection is happening, you will add that value. So I added 2. Now, after this, here I have 1, 0, mark it, cut the column. Next, here also I have 1, 0, mark it, cut the column. Next, here also we have 1, 0, mark it and cut the column. Done. So now the allocations are equal. So can I say number of rows or columns is equal to number of zeros with square. Okay? Now, after this, by applying the principle of assignment, assess the minimum cost of allocation. What is the minimum cost? That is what we have to calculate. Here we have contractors, then we have repairs. Even if 2 of the contractor is already allotted, then also we are going to show them here. C1, C2, C3, C4, C5. And the repair work allotted is R1 to C1. And C5 we are allotting R2. Others we allocated with the help of this table. R3, C2 to R5, dummy. C3 to R4 and C4 to R3. After this, the cost, which is in lakhs. Okay, so let's take the value. Here I am going to take this value, and here we are going to take 30. So this is 18 and this is 30. Next, R5 we have dummy, so 0, and then R4 for C3 and R3 for C4, 38 and 36. So the total is 18 plus 38 plus 36 plus 30, that is equal to 122 is your answer here. This is our minimum cost. Okay? Now, after this, by applying the principle of assignment, assess the minimum cost, that to be calculated. So this is our first part of the answer. Now let's see the second part of the question. Calculate the minimum discount. Calculate the minimum discount that the eliminated contractor should offer for meriting a contract. Meriting a contract matlab, to get a contract, what is the minimum discount our eliminated contractor should give? So who is the eliminated contractor? The contractor to whom we have not allotted anything. That is C2. Hana? So our C2 is the eliminated contractor. If you notice, the allocation which we have done as of now is 18, 38, 6, 36, 30. 18, 38, 36 and 30. Okay? This is the allocation which we have done, and we have not allocated anything to C2. Why it happened? Because first, so the allocation was already given to us for R1, R2, for C5 and C1, and that is why for them to we have not allocated anything. This was already given. Plus from the remaining data, from the remaining information, C3 and C4 was beneficial for us, and that is why we chose them. Okay? But the thing is, if you notice, this question has some complication. First thing, if you notice, C1 is allocated R1 road for repairs. But the thing is, C2 has a lower cost as compared to C1. C2 has much lower cost. But rather than choosing this one, the question has already provided us this one. So we can't change that. This though we can't change. This though is already given in the question, so we are not gonna change this. Similarly, this is also given in the question that C5 should get R2 to minimize cost. So this also we are not gonna change. So what all things we can change now? We can change only the allocations which we have done. So 36, 38 is the allocation which we have done. For C2, if you notice, for both this situation, what is the cost? If I give R3 to C2, the cost is 42. If I give R4 to C2, the cost is 39. So out of these two, here, if C2 wants R4, then it has to reduce cost by 1 lakh. If C2 wants R3, then to the cost should reduce by 4 lakh rupees of C2. Then only we can give him R3. Okay? Now, there can be scenarios for this situation also that 4 lakh should be reduced, then we can give him R2. But the thing is, I feel if I take this scenario, then I should take this scenario also. And if I take this scenario, so I'll prefer giving C2 rather than giving it to C1. Think about it. But as the question has already given us the allocation, we are not changing them, because if we change them, then to R1 should not be given anything. C1 should not be given anything. C2 should be the one to whom we should allocate this R1. And hence we are not changing anything, because question wants us to keep this as it is. So we are keeping it as it is, and we are making the changes only on the allocations which we have done. And we'll suggest C2 that if he wants the allocation or if he wants to do the repair, he has to at least reduce 1 lakh cost if he wants R4, and he has to reduce the cost by 4 lakh if he wants R3. Okay? Let's write it down. The second part of the question, minimum discount for eliminated contractor. The eliminated contractor is C2, as they were not assigned any road in the optimal plan. To merit a contract. To merit a contract means to give the contract to C2. So to merit a contract, C2 must offer a price lower than current winning bids for the road. Okay? Current winning bids for the road, where we are only focusing on R3 and R4. And why? We can write a note about this, because the allocation for R1 and R2 was already given in the question. Hence, we didn't change that. Okay? That we can write in our note. Current cost for R4 is 38 lakhs. Assigned to C3. If we assign R4 to C3, we are having a cost of 38 lakhs. And C2's bid for this one, C2's current bid for R4 is rupees 39 lakh. So what is the reduction which C2 has to give? 1 lakh is the reduction. Write it down. Required discount. C2 must at least match the current assignment by reducing cost by rupees 1 lakh. How we got this 1 lakh? So 39 lakh is what C2 is offering, but 38 lakh is the current cost which we have taken, the lowest among all the available. Okay? Now, this is 1 lakh. Or the minimum discount of rupees 4 lakh. How we got this 4 lakh? So 40 lakh minus 36 lakh gives us 4 lakh. Okay? So in this situation, I compared this two. Okay? 36 minus 40 gives us 4 lakh. Here we are, rather than giving the contract to C4, we can give it to C2 if the cost is 36 lakhs. The minimum discount of 4 lakh must be offered by C2 to get R3 okay? This much is enough. Now let's write a note why we have taken only R3 and R4 and not the remaining one. We compared the cost of C2 only for R3 and R4 because other two were already allocated in the question. But if the most suited or lowest cost scenario has to be taken, then rather than allocating R1 to C1, it should be allocated to C2 as it leads to lower cost. Okay? So what I have written here is, we compare the cost of C2 only for R3 and R4. Why? Because question has already provided the other two allocations, so we are not changing it. But if the most suited or lowest cost scenario is what you want, then to R1 should be given to C2 rather than allocating it to C1. Why? Because if you notice, R1 for C1 has a cost of 18, but R1 for C2 has a cost of only 14. And that is why this is a better situation. Okay? Done. Now, let's move forward to our next part. If you have not written anything, you can write it now. There can be more changes in this question. If I go with the best allocation, then so I'll make the simple normal assignment which we normally do, and with the help of that we'll find our best situation. And if I do that, let me tell you what should be the answer here. I have done that allocation also, and I'm getting an answer of 108 only. Think about it. Abhi to from the questions perspective, from the questions allocation which is given to us, we are getting 122. But the allocation, if we would have done all the allocation from what we normally do, our cost will be 108 only. Okay? So this 122 is coming just because of a wrong allocation which was given in the question itself. But as it is given in the question, we have to fulfill that. Tick. Now think about it. if we have done that, if we have done the best allocation, then though only 108 lakh is enough. But we are available with 114 lakhs. That means 6 lakh will be saved if the best scenario or normal assignment allocation would have been done here. Okay? But as the question doesn't want the normal allocation, what we can do? We will not do that. है ना? Chalo. Let's move forward to our next question, and this is related to maximization problem. Now in this maximization problem, the first question is going to be your homework. Let's see the next question. Okay? Now, in this question, what is happening? XYZ Corporation has 4 plants, each of which can manufacture any of the 4 products. So there are 4 products and 4 plants. These are the 4 products and these are the 4 plants. Okay? The production costs differ from one plant to another as do sales revenue. Given the revenue and cost data below, obtain which product each plant should produce to maximize the profit. So our aim is to maximize the profit, and here we want maximization. But if you notice, the question is providing us sales revenue and production cost, but not the profit which is to be maximized. So what to do? What to do? If you already know sales revenue, if you already know production cost, you can reduce both of them to get your profit metrics. Okay? So profit in thousands. Here we have product. Let's make the table. This is a 4 by 4 matrix. That means a balanced matrix. One, 2, 3 and 4. So A, B, C and D is what we have. And these are plants. Now to calculate profit of every area or every element of profit in this table, how to do that? You already know the revenue, which is 50. You already know the cost of that particular area, that is 49. So for plant A product 1, 50 is the revenue. For plant A product 1, 49 is the cost. So your profit is 1 and it is in thousands. That means 1000. Next, 60 minus 55. It is 5 rupees as the profit. 55 minus 52. 3 rupees is the profit. 58 minus 55. 3 rupees is the profit. 68 minus 68. 70 minus 63 is 7. 67 minus 62 is 5. 65 minus 64 is 1. Next, 49 minus 45 is 4. 51 minus 45 is 6. 53 minus 49 is 4. 54 minus 48 is 6. Next, 62 minus 61 is 1. 74 minus 69 is 5. 70 minus 68 is 2. 69 minus 66 is 2. This is the table which we are getting for profits. Now, whenever a maximization question is there, what to do? We don't have any idea. Anna? First, to see whether it is a balanced scenario or not. So, it is a balanced scenario. So, first step is checking the balance situation, which we already did. Now, let's understand what to do when the question is of maximization. This we have not seen till now. Let's see that. First, though, you need to check this balance situation which is there in our question. Now, step number 2 is check whether the question is of maximization or minimization. Our question is of maximization now. And if the question is of maximization, convert the profit matrix into loss matrix. Profit matrix into loss matrix means your maximization question should be converted into minimization question. How to convert that? For that, you will subtract each profit value from highest profit in the matrix. So whatever is your highest profit, find that out and subtract it from all the elements which are there in your table. Let's see that. So this is the table which we have. In this table, which one is the highest value? Highest value is 8. This 8 should be reduced from all the elements of the profit matrix. And if you do that, you will get a loss matrix. Why we are calling it as loss or cost matrix? Because now it is a minimization question. Now earlier it was a profit question. We reduced the profit from the highest profit to convert it to a minimization question. Now what will be our aim? Think about it. If 8 is the highest profit, I'll reduce 8 from 8. This will give me 0. Similarly, I do for every other value. Now whatever is the lowest value will get selected by your assignment problem, but that lowest value actually is the highest value in our profit matrix. Hana? Think about it. From the highest value of profit matrix, we are reducing all the values so that we can get a loss matrix. And in this loss matrix, if I choose the lowest value, that in reality is the highest value in my profit matrix. And that is what we want. So let's do that. Now, highest value is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. 8 minus 8 is 0. 8 minus 4 is 4. 8 minus 1 is 7. 8 minus 5, 3. 8 minus 7, 1. 8 minus 6, 2. 8 minus 5 is 3. 8 minus 3, 5. 8 minus 5, 3. 8 minus 4, 4. 8 minus 2, 6. 8 minus 3, 5. 8 minus 1, 7. 8 minus 6, 2, 8 minus 4, 6. Okay? Now, think about it. Whenever you will choose from these alternatives, what would you prefer? We in assignment prefer the situation where we have the lowest cost. Hana? Let's assume here I chose this one because this has the lowest cost. But in reality, this is the value of the highest profit, and that is what we want. With the help of minimization, here we'll find the minimum value, but that minimum value will actually give us the highest profit. Okay? So now after making this loss matrix, nothing will change. Now you have to do your normal situation, that is follow row operation after this. In row operation, you have to find the value, minimum value from all the rows, which is 1, 0, 1, 3 and 2. Okay? Now let's make the new table. 7 minus 0 is 7. 0 minus 0 is 0, 4 and 7. It will remain as it is. 3 minus 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. 2, 0, 1, 3. 3, 4, 0, 4. This is our value after row operation. Now let's do the column operation. So for column operation, take the minimum value from all the columns. Now, after this, we'll make our new table. So 7 minus 2 is 5. Then 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 and 1. Then 0, 0, 0, 4. 4, 1, 1, 0. 5, 0, 1, 2. Okay? Now, after making this, we have to do row and column scanning. See, every other step is exactly same for your maximization and minimization question. It's just that for maximization, you have to convert your profit matrix into cost matrix. Okay? Row and column scanning. So, in the first row, we have 1 0, mark it and cut the column. In the second row, we have 2 0, skip. 1 0, mark and cut the column. Here we have 1 0, mark and cut the column. Now, even if we have scanned the rows, we are left with zeros. Hence, we have to do column scanning. In this column, we found out 1 0, mark and cut the row. As if you notice, 1, 2, 3, 4 were the number of rows or number of columns, and that is the number of allocations which we have done here. So, write it down. Number of rows or columns is equal to number of zeros with square hence optimality is achieved. And if optimality is achieved, what to do? We have to write the final answer. So we had plant and products. Plant, products and the profit in thousands. Plant is A, B, C, D. Allocated to products 2, 4, 1 and 3. Now for the profit you have to take it from the profit matrix only. Okay? You have to take the profit from the profit matrix. So 2, 4, 1, 3 is what I have to take. 2, 4, 1 and 3. This is the highest profit which you can have. 8, 5, 3, 6. Even if we have found out the lowest, but that also helps us to find out the maximum. So 8 plus 5 plus 3 plus 6, you can calculate with other alternatives, evaluate the alternatives, and then also you'll get this answer only. 22 is the highest profit which you can earn in this scenario. Okay? Done. This is how you have to handle profit matrix. So whenever there is a profit question, after balancing the scenario, you have to take the highest profit and reduce it from all the values or all the elements which are there in your matrix. Then whatever you get as the table, that will be known as cost matrix, and in this cost matrix you can follow further steps as it is. No need to change anything. So step number 3, row operation, column operation, row scanning and column scanning, your improved matrix, everything will work as it is, as it has worked for your cost matrix. Done. Now let's move forward to the next question. And this question is going to be your homework, and this is also related to your profit matrix only. Next, question number 8 is also gonna be your homework, where you have to do profit matrix. This is simple questions, nothing complicated, and that is why I'm giving you as homeworks. Now let's see question number 10. This is something very important. I'll suggest you to mark it as very important. It seems a simple question, but then also it will teach us something very, very important. Let's see what it says. 5 salesmen are to be assigned to 5 districts. So 5 salesmen are there, 5 districts are there. That means balance scenario, estimate of sales revenue for each salesman are given in the table. And whenever there is a revenue or profit, what we want to maximize it. And that is what the question is saying. Find the assignment that maximizes revenue. Okay? Let's do this. So if it is a profit matrix and the matrix is already given in the question, profit matrix is already given in the question, I can directly make the loss matrix. Why to draw this again? Think about it. There is no use of drawing it again. In the previous question, why we drawn? Because the question was providing us revenue and cost separately, and with the help of that we calculated profit, and that is why we prepared it. But this question is directly providing us the profit matrix. So with the help of this, we will draw directly loss matrix. Loss matrix. How to draw this? So for loss matrix, you need to find out the highest value in your table. So highest value, I think 41 is there. So 41 is the highest value. Let's make the table. We have 5 different salesmen. And 5 different districts. Now, the highest profit element is 41. Reduce it from all other values. So 32 minus 41 is 9. Next, 40 minus 41 is 1. 41 minus 41 is 0. 41 minus 22 is 19. 41 minus 29 is 12. Next, 38 minus 41 is 3. 24 minus 41 is 17. 27 minus 41 is 14. 38 minus 41 is 3. 33 minus 41 is 8. Next, 40 minus 41 is 1. 28 minus 41 is 13. Next, 33 minus 41 is 8. 41 minus 41 is 0. 40 minus 41 is 1. 28 minus 41 is 13. 21 minus 41 is 20. Then 11. Then 36 minus 41 is 5. 35 minus 41 is 7. No, 6. Next, 40 minus 41 is 1. Here we have 5. Here we have 4, 5 and 2. Done. This is our loss matrix after reducing the highest profit from all the values. Okay? Now after this, what to do? Follow your normal procedure, that is row operation. So for row operation, find out the lowest value from each row. Here too we have 0, 0 and 1. Now let's write the values here. So 9 minus 1 is 8. 3 minus 1, 2. 1 minus 1, 0. 13 minus 1, 12. 1 minus 1, 0. Next, 0, 16, 12, 19, 4. Next, 0, 14, 8, 11, 4. 19, 3, 0, 5, 5. And in the last scenario, 12 minus 1 is 11. 8 minus 1 is 7. 1 minus 1 is 0. 6 minus 1 is 5. 2 minus 1 is 1. Now after this, we have to follow column operation. Zero, 2, 0, 5, 0. Now, so 8, 0, 0, 19, 11. Next 2 minus 2 is 0, 16 minus 2, 14, 12, 14 minus 2 is 12, 3 minus 2, 1, 7 minus 1, 5. 0, 12, 8, 0, 0. 12 minus 5 is 7. 19 minus 5 is 14. 11 minus 5 is 6. Then your 5 minus 5, 0. 5 minus 5, 0. Then so we have 0, 4, 4, 5, 1. Okay? Now, let's do our row and column scanning. Row and column scanning. So, in the first row, we have 3, 0, skip. In the second, we have 1, 0. Mark and cut the column. Then we don't have any 0. Here also, here we have 2, 0, skip. Here also we have 2, 0, skip. Then column scanning. 1, 0, mark and cut the row. Next. 2, 0, skip. 2, 0, skip. Then if I go on row scanning also, then also I have to skip this. If this happens, then what to do? With the help of row and column scanning, I am not able to select anyone. Why? Because 2 zeros are there in the rows and the columns both. Hana? So what to do? Random selection. And if I select randomly, then let's select this and this. Okay? If I do this, then also, am I reaching my optimal solution here? Think about it. Are you able to reach your optimal solution if you select this? Answer is no. For this though, I don't have any option which I would have selected. So I'm not able to reach my optimal solution here. And if that happens, then what to do? This scenario, so we have not at all seen. If you notice, while random selection, all the questions in random selection which we have seen, after random selection, we reach to the optimal solution. But in this case, we are not able to reach to the optimal solution. And if you are not reaching to the optimal solution, you have to improve the matrix. And for improving the matrix, I should know the uncovered cells. In this case, if I select this one and this one, then which row or which column I should cut? Because there is a allocation here. And whenever there is an allocation, I have to cut one row or one column. I have to cut any one of it. So which one to cut? We don't know that because it is not calculated with the help of row and column scanning. Hana? So we don't know which one to cut. And for that, there is a method which is known as tick mark method. Now before seeing that tick mark method, I want you to cut this 2 zeros. Why? Because you have allocated in this 2 zeros, and that is why cut these two, as allocation is not happening in these 2 zeros. Tick. Now we are going to understand tick mark method, and with the help of this, we are going to find out where to draw the lines for these two allocations. Hana? And wherever we are drawing the lines, on the basis of that, we can improve the matrix. So for understanding this, I want you to open your summary book or concept book. In this concept book, in the note, if you see, we have already written here that when the assignment matrix has a lot of zero, making row and column scanning impossible, as happened in our current question, you can select random zeros to assign job to workers. That is what we have done. Just ensure each job is assigned to one worker and no worker is assigned more than one job. And if you notice in our question also, we have assigned one worker, one job only, not more than that. Okay? Next, check for optimality. We checked for optimality. Here we have 5 rows, 5 columns, but the number of zeros with square is only 4. That means optimality is not achieved. If optimality is not achieved, then move to step number 6. But before even moving to step number 6, that is improved matrix, I have to do one more step. And that is why I want you to, in your concept book, mark this. If optimality is not achieved, and write it here. Draw in the same manner as I am doing and write down. If after random selection, optimality is not achieved, if after random selection optimality is not achieved, then for randomly selected zeros, line to be drawn in rows or columns will be decided through tick mark method. And this tick mark method, we are going to write it in page number 273. So write here, refer page 273. Okay? So whenever after random selection also optimality is not achieved, then for randomly selected zero, it is important to find out where to cross the lines, in row or in a particular column. And for that, we are going to use this tick mark method, which we are going to see in 273 page number. So, if you notice, I don't want you to write here, I want you to leave this space. If for further informations or the further things which we are going to study in this chapter, we want to write anything else, then we can write it here. Okay? I want you to write in page number 273 where key takeaways or notes are written in your book. Write it down. Tick mark method. You can mark it as important. And write here that for this, question number 10 should be referred. Now, steps. What are the steps for this tick mark method? The first step is tick the row or rows. Okay? It can be a single row, it can be more than one rows that do not have assignment in them. So tick the row which do not have assignment in them. Assignment means Assignment means your 0 with square is assignment, है ना? So write it down. 0 with square. So when we say tick the row that do not have assignment in them, we want to tick a particular row which do not have 0 with square in them. Okay? So let's see this in our class notes. In this question, find out a row where there is no 0 with square. Here I have 0 with square. Here I have 0 with square. Here I have 0 with square. But this is the row where 0 with square is not there. Tick this particular row. Okay? Now, this is our first step. Now let's move to the second step. Look at the row you just ticked. If there is a crossed out 0, in that row, tick the column that 0 is in. So what is happening in the second step? You have to look at your row you just ticked. If there is any crossed out 0, not 0 with square, crossed out 0 is there, then find out that column in which that crossed out 0 is there and tick that particular column. So here we ticked this particular row where there was no 0 with square. But in this particular row, if you notice, there is a 0 which is crossed out. है ना? If there is a 0 which is crossed out, then crossed out can be like this and can be like this. Okay? It can be any of it. So if there is a crossed out 0, then you have to tick that particular column where the crossed out 0 is there. Tick. Now, after this was our step number 2. Now comes our step number 3. Look at the column you just ticked. If there is an assigned 0, in that column, assigned 0 means 0 with square. I already wrote here that assignment means 0 with square. Here also, if you want for better clarity, you can write that it is 0 with square. Look at the column you just ticked. If there is an assigned 0 in that column, tick that row that the assignment is in. Okay? So what is happening here? Look at the column you just ticked. If there is an assigned 0 in that particular column, find out the row in which that assigned 0 is there and tick that particular row. So let's do this. We have first tick the row in which there is no assigned 0 or there is no assignment or 0 with square. After that, find out the column in this particular row where 0 is crossed. So here 0 is crossed and we marked this particular column. After marking the column, find out that in this column is there any allocation? Yes, here we have done this assignment. Wherever the assignment is done, mark that particular row. Okay? Done. Now, fourth step is repeat step 2 and 3 until you cannot make any more ticks. So we have to repeat 4 and 3 again and again up to the point we are not able to make any ticks. Okay? So if you notice in our scenario, though, we have only this much tick. We don't have anything else. If you notice, the unassigned row was only this one. Other rows are already assigned. Plus with that, there is only one scenario here where 0 is crossed, and that is why only one column is there. And in this one column also there is only one assignment which is done. Hence only one row is marked here. And if that is the case, then this is the only assignment which we can do in our case. But it can happen that in some question you require to repeat again and again up to the point where you tick all the rows and columns following these 3 steps. Okay? Now, after this, let's see next what happens. Next is the golden rule for drawing lines. After following these 4 steps, there is a golden rule for drawing lines. What is that golden rule? Once your ticking is complete, you draw lines through all unticked rows and all ticked columns. Okay? After ticking all the rows and columns, you have to draw lines from all unticked rows and all ticked columns. So let's see that. So unticked rows are this, this and this, and ticked column is this. So we got to know that the line which is drawn here is this and this. Okay? Now, other to we have already drawn. From column, ticked column, this is the line. From unticked, this one row, first row, this is the line which we have already drawn. From unticked, this row and this row we had to draw, and we drawed that now. Okay? And this is how you need to find out in this special kind of scenario, where after random selection also you are not finding out, after random selection also you are not reaching the optimal solution. In this case, you have to do this ticking method, with the help of which you will find out which particular row or column you have to cross due to this random selection. Okay? After finding this out, now though nothing is new, you can do your improved matrix calculation. For making the improved matrix, what we have to do? We have to take this table again, and now in this table, for improvement, you have to take uncovered cells. Out of this uncovered cells, what is the lowest value? 4. So reduce this 4 from all the uncovered cells. 14 minus 4 is 10. 12 minus 4 is 8. 14 minus 4 is 10. 4 minus 4 is 0. 4 minus 4 is 0. 6 minus 4, 2. 8 minus 4, 4. 12 minus 4, 8. Then your intersection points. In this intersection points, add 4. So 8 plus 4, 12. 19 plus 4 is 23. 11 plus 4 is 15. Okay? Then 1, 5, 0, 0, 0, 0, 5, 1. 0, 0, 0, 0, 7, 0. Other things I have written as it is. Okay? Now after this, do row and column scanning. Here we have 3 skip, 2 skip, 2 skip, 2 skip, 2 skip. All the rows are skipped. Now for column, we have to skip 1. Mark this and cut your row. Next, 2 skip, 2 skip. Here also I have 2. So again skip. Now if you notice, all the rows and all the columns have 2 options, 2 zeros. So I can't select it with the help of row and column scanning. So what I have to do? I have to do random selection. But before random selection, first find out what is already assigned. This is already assigned. Now I have to assign this. So I am assigning this and this. Here I am assigning this and this. For fourth I am assigning this one. and for fifth I'm assigning this one. Okay? With the help of this, only one job is assigned to one worker. No jobs are assigned to two workers. Okay? Now, if that is the case, and if you notice, now though we achieved our optimal scenario, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 rows and columns are there, 5 allocations are there, and hence we reached our optimal solution. Number of rows or columns is equal to number of zeros with square. Hence we reached our optimal solution. Hence optimality is reached. Very important question. With the help of this we understood a new thing. So just write it down. The answer, that is district and salesmen's. District and salesmen. So district we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Salesman allotted is B, A, E, C and D. In this scenario also you can have one more alternative solution, where rather than choosing this, I chose this and this and this and this. This can also be an alternative, but the question is not asking us the alternative solution. Hence no need, because you already understood. We have solved a lot of questions about multiple optimal solutions. So I hope you have understood. Okay? Now, so no need of solving again and again this optimal solutions, multiple optimal solutions. We want maximum revenue here, and revenue is given to us in thousands. Now BAECD, BAECD, BAEC and D. So 38, 40, 37, 41, 35. $38 plus 40 plus 37 plus 41 plus 35, that is equal to 191 in thousands is your final answer. Done. Now, if you have not written any part, you can write it now. I'll suggest you to mark it as very important, This question is very, very important for all of you. Now after this, if you have not written this concept part also, you can write it. Now, let's move forward to this question number 20. This is related to maximization plus unbalanced scenario. Okay? So, as of now, we were solving the maximization question, but all the questions were balanced. Now this is a question of unbalanced plus maximization. See what it says. A method engineer wants to assign 4 new methods to 3 work centers. So 3 work centers are there and 4 new methods are there. The assignment of the new method will increase the production. And if you notice, units at the work center means production is given to us inside the table. And they are given in the matrix below. If only one method can be assigned to work center, determine the optimum assignment. These are units. Now tell me, whenever we want to reach optimum scenario and we have units, what we want? We want to increase the units. Whenever we are making the units, selling the units, we want to increase that. So this is a situation of maximization. Now, is this a problem of multiple optimum solution? If it is a multiple optimum solution, then you have to find the alternative solutions also. Now this question specifically wants us to calculate the alternative solution. So if there is any alternative solution, we'll definitely calculate it. But if you notice, this particular scenario is unbalanced and it is a question of profit matrix. Why profit matrix? Whenever there is a maximization, even if it is of units or revenue or your profit, doesn't matter. If you are maximizing, we'll call it as a profit matrix question. Okay? Now, it is a profit matrix question plus it is unbalanced also. So what to do first? First, I should make it balanced or I should convert this maximization to minimization question? Remember, always follow the steps which are given to you. Always. First, step number 1, that is balance the unbalanced scenario. Then only go for minimization or maximization. Okay? That is why this step has been written first. Because balancing is the first thing which you have to do. So here, if I have to do balancing first, then I have to make this table again. And this is my profit matrix which I am making again so that I can balance it. So for balancing, you need to add 4 columns because 4 rows are available with us. First, second, third and fourth. These are the methods. And here we have products. Oh no, this is work centers, where products are produced. Work centers. We have A, B, C as work centers, but we have to add one more, which is dummy. Okay? Now, write the profit again as given in the question. 10, 8, 7, 10, 7, 9, 12, 10, 8, 7, 6, 8, and for dummy, I'll write zeros. Okay? After doing this only, you will make your loss matrix. For making the loss matrix, you have to find out the highest profit given in your table. So what is the highest profit here? 12 is highest among all of the available. 12 is the highest. So write it down. 12 minus 10 is 2. 12 minus 7 is 5. 12 minus 8 is 4. 12 minus 0 is 12. So here too I have all the zeros. So I'll write it 12 only. Next, 12 minus 8 is 4. 12 minus 9 is 3. 12 minus 7 is 5. 12 minus 7, 5. 12 minus 12, 0. 12 minus 6, 6. 12 minus 10, 2. 12 minus 8, 4. Done. After this, after making your loss matrix, then though you have the simple methods or steps. The first one is row operation. Row operation, in this find out the lowest value from all the rows. Now reduce it to get your next table. 2 minus 2, 0, 5 minus 2, 3, 4 minus 2, 2, 12 minus 2, 10. Then 1, 0, 2, 9, 5, 0, 6, 12. Then 0, 0, 2, 10. After this, we have to do column operation. Find out the lowest value from each column. Here we have 0, 0, 2 and 9. Now after this, reduce the values. So 0, 1, 5, 0. Next, 3, 0, 0, 0. Next, 2 minus 2 is 0, 2 minus 2 is 0, 6 minus 2 is 4, 2 minus 2 is 0. Then 10 minus 9, 1, 0, 3 and 1. This is our matrix. In this matrix, we are going to perform row and column scanning. So let's do this. First, in the first row, you have 2 zeros, skip. 3 zeros, skip. 1 0. Mark it. And as we were doing row scanning, we have to cut the column. Next, we have 2 0, skip. Column scanning, 2 0, skip. 3 0, skip. 1 0. Mark it. And as we were doing column scanning, cut the row. Now also we are left with zeros. Hence again go for row scanning and column scanning. 2 zeros, 2 0, 2 0, 2 0. Hence, we got our solution that we can select randomly. Either I can select this one or this one. If I select for first this, then for fourth I have to select this one. If I select this, then I have to go for this one. So there is an alternative solution also. So first let me calculate the first solution. And then we will show alternative solution separately. Number of rows or columns is equal to number of zeros with square. Hence we reached optimality. Hence optimality is achieved. We have methods and work centers. And then your units. Method is 1, 2, 3, 4. Work center is for 1 we allotted A, for 2 we allotted D, that is dummy. That means 0 units here. For 3 we allotted B, for 4 we allotted C. So A, B, C is what we have to take. A, for 2 though it's dummy, for 3 we have B, for 4 we have C. So 10 plus 12 plus 8, 10, 12 and 8. That is equal to total 30 units are there. This is the maximum units. Okay? Now, after this the question is also asking us for alternative solution. Yes, this question has multiple optimal solutions. If more than one, that means multiple, है ना? So, other alternative solution can be. So, let's draw the same table again. In this table, whatever was done from row and column scanning should remain as it is. So, first let me write the values which are there inside the table. 0301 1000. Next 5043 and 0001. Now after this, with row and column scanning, we got this lines, है ना? And with this line we also got the allocation here and allocation here. Now for random selections we have 1A or 1C and 4A or 4C, है ना? In which we already selected 1 for A. Now I am selecting 1 for C. If I do this, 4 for A will be selected and then also I can get this alternative solution. Here also I reached optimality. And the allocation here will be methods, work centers and units. So methods we have 1, 2, 3 and 4. Work center allotted. For first we allotted C. For second though we allotted dummy only. For third we allotted B. And for fourth we allotted A. So C, B, A is the answer now. C, then B for third and A. So 8, 12, 10. 8, 0, 12 and 10. This also equal to 30. है ना? So in both the scenarios or both the alternatives or multiple solutions, we are getting the same answer. Now if you have not written this question, you can write it now. And this was the last question of our today's class. Now in the next class, there are most important questions of this chapter are remaining, which we are going to see in the next class itself. Today we understood a lot of things. A base is created for you. You got to understand a very important method today, that is tick mark method. You got an understanding of how to deal with profit, losses, maximization, minimization, unbalanced scenario, how to improve the solution, how to find multiple optimal solutions. All of these we understood today. In the next class, we are going to deal about restrictions. That if there are restrictions in your question, how to deal with that. Plus, if the question provides you, if the question is not providing you the metrics, in all the questions which we solved today, the matrix was given to us. But if the question is not providing you the matrix, you have to make the matrix by your own self. How to make that? That also we are going to see in the next class. Plus with that, there is a case study question, which is somewhat different from your normal assignment question. That also we are going to see in the next class. Okay? So in the next class, let's meet and complete the other parts of this chapter and make sure that all the homeworks you are doing it by yourself, because those questions are not complicated. They are very easy. All the things which we understood today, that is what you have to apply in these questions and solve it. Okay? So make sure you are solving all the questions which are given to you as homeworks. Now let's meet in our next class. Till then, happy learning everyone. Radhe Radhe. Bye-bye. Bye-bye everyone.